another year at an elementary school.
Wow.
Rainbow Days works with Genesis also.
Really?
We have
Cool.
3 years.
Yeah, I was there for
Yeah,
a
what
while,
about that? I'm kidding. Yeah, we do too. No, I'm kidding.
But it was a good time. And then I landed with CIS when with 2 of my friends told me about the organization, and I was like, I think
It's a great organization.
Yeah,
We've worked with them
is.
many times. Yes.
Really?
Very familiar with them. One of your bosses. Very familiar with her.
Chandra Atkins.
We used to cut up in trainings.
Oh.
Should I tell you who it is?
Maybe.
Get her in trouble?
No, but I've ever since meeting Maria and getting to know her and doing the group on Mondays and Thursdays, I think it's very useful for our girls, and they've learned. I think they've learned a lot.
So when you started working there, how did the population change from what you were doing? Because you said you didn't know much about CIS, so what was it like? So you start seeing kids, and what are the issues that you're seeing?
A lot of them have issues at home with their parents, and in high school it's a different crowd. I was used to working with littles, with elementary school students and middle school students, and I never realized how much of a parent support is needed, especially during high school, because you're older, you're able to you're able to get a job and kind of fend for yourself in a lot of ways. And so if you don't kind of have that parent support to really reel you in and guide you.
You had that.
Yeah, I did. I was very fortunate, and I had that.
Did your
with my
parents go to college?
They did not, no.
They were just very supportive.
They were very supportive. They always knew the value of education. I think that's something that CIS really wants to let their students know, is that they're capable of doing so, even if they come from, backgrounds that aren't the best and they don't have as much support at home. We are there to offer that on the campuses. And so I really enjoy that about my job, because I had that, but they unfortunately don't a lot of the times.
Right. Wow. So you get started with this organization, and you start realizing this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you bring in Miss Maria.
Yes.
So how'd you hear about Miss Maria?
Well, the CIS coordinator that was on our campus before kind of left me a list of names, left me a list of people. And then my regional director let me know, hey, this group is meeting on this day at this time. And I went to the cafeteria, and there was Miss Maria with a group of girls, and she's like, "Can I join?" And she was, she was awesome, and she let me join in, and we've been doing it ever since. So I'm very grateful.
She didn't block you out and say no.
No, she said,
"Come on, girls, let's go."
She said, "You can't sit with us."
You're like,
You're like, okay.
Well, that's good. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the organization itself. I know you have some key points that you'd like to point out.
Yeah, so we've been, it was founded in 1985, and we've helped, I believe, over 225,000 kids across, just Dallas in general.
This is a national organization.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I knew that.
Yes, you did. Good job. But the Dallas region has schools, has coordinators in Farmers Branch and Greenville and Plano, Carrollton, obviously Dallas, and so we're there and we're ready to support with all of our kiddos.
Good. Wow.
We're doing good.
And do you guys offer other services?
As far as, our job there is to just kind of connect the student to whatever services we have.
Kind of like case management.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we have partners such as Rainbow Days or other people, then we're able to do so. I know one of the things that was big this school year was obviously connecting our students and our families to COVID-19 relief people or resources. So I know that's something that's on the website and that they really want to have on there, so that the students and the families can go on there and just quickly find whatever that they need.
Wow. So. And Maria, how have they been? I mean, you've had a relationship with them for a while now.
With Thomas Jefferson, CIS.
With CIS, and it was Joe from our podcast.
Yes, it was Joe from our podcast.
So who's better, her or Joe?
the $1 million question.
So I think one of the things that I was telling Miss Lily earlier, is like everybody brings in their own style, and it's always good to have that experience of different people, different styles. He connected really well with the boys because, of course, he's a male person, and I think he did such an amazing job, because a lot of these boys, the boys that I had the opportunity to work with, when he was there, were boys that needed like a male role model, and he did that for those kids. Right now, I've been experiencing the all-girls group, which I love the all-girls group because we get to talk about other things. And one of the things that I enjoy about, having Miss Lily being part of the group is that I always say, like, and this about me and Miss Maria, she's all motherly, like her mother thoughts come in and her mother opinions come in. But it's good having her because she's not a mom, she's young, she's still going to school, and it's awesome because, even though I can give them the mom idea or the mom thought, she can jump in and say, well, this is the thing, these are the things that I'm experiencing, and you will get there. You're about to get there because they're high school, about to make those decisions about, are they going to go to college, what type of education, what type of jobs they're looking into or have in mind that they want for themselves. So I think, everybody's great. We love what we do, and I think that's the most important thing. We're there with the same mission. We're helping these kids, become successful.
Yeah. And it's interesting that two organizations get together and you're working together for one goal, and that's the kids.
Yeah.
It's good. Good job. Anything else on CIS? Anything coming up? Do they do summer programming? Do they do...
Usually we try to help the actual school that we're on.
Okay.
If they're doing summer classes, and really assisting in any way that we can. If they need us to pass out lunch or monitor a class or anything like that. So you work with
the schools?
Yes, we work with the campus. So
you're kind of like staff, but paid by CIS?
Yes. So we have like our case managed kiddos that we seek out and really help individually.
Right.
But we're also able to help out the campus in general. So if they need like a lunch monitor, or they need someone to do they need like when they're doing dismissal or just stuff like that, really, and whatever they need.
Hall monitor.
Yeah.
I bet you're good at that.
Right. I look just like them. They're gonna look at me, take one look at me, and just turn around.
Yeah. How is that? You look very young.
I do. I actually turn 26 next week.
Wow.
So.
You should set it off next week.
Yeah.
You're a Taurus.
I am a Taurus.
So is Leo.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
My best friend's a Leo.
Oh. I'm not. I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus. When's your birthday?
His is... Hold on.
Do you know?
I like to be private, but...
His is on the 25th.
25th, yes.
It's a Sunday.
Of this month?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's actually...
Yeah.
This weekend?
Is it this
my
weekend?
birthday's this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Wow, I didn't know.
What are we doing? What are you doing?
I don't
You don't know?
I didn't even know it was my birthday. It was like that when I was growing up. It was like, oh, today's your birthday. Okay.
Like, what do I do?
And my mom decided on whether she had money or not. So there's years that I didn't have a birthday. I thought it was leap year.
Oh.
And then they're like, it's your birthday. Oh okay.
It's a lot of pressure for, like, because I have to remember.
You didn't have to remember mine. I didn't remember mine. I was like...
But I feel like I have to remember, and then I've got to text, and then I only buy gift cards. My people know that. I mean, I don't mean my people, but, they
my people will call your people.
But, I mean, I feel bad about the way I gave Maria her gift. I'm just like, she's on a Zoom, and I run in, and I shove this gift card in her hand with the receipt.
Happy birthday.
There, check. I did it.
Off the to-do list.
Well, it's okay. I didn't even remember it was my birthday. I was like...
Well, now you know.
Well, something's coming up. I don't know what it is.
All right, I'll forget too.
Yeah, trust me, I wouldn't remember it.
But yeah, I do look really, really young. I've always looked really young. I think the first time
it's
that
a gift.
Yeah, that's what my mom and my aunts keep telling me. I think the first time that I realized that I was that I looked really young.
You do look like high school.
I do. I even, like I was telling you, I even look like when I worked back at the middle school, I even looked really young.
Right.
Yeah, so it was rough. I think one time that comes to mind in particular was they were doing the census back when they, come to your door and, ask you to fill out the census. And I think like the age limit to fill it out is like 15 or something like that. And so the lady went up to me with the clipboard and she asked me, like, your parents home? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yes. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, they need to, can they fill this out? And it was in English, so I obviously, like, I wanted to help my parents. I'm like, I can fill that out. And she's like, oh, okay, well, you have to be 15. And I was like, I'm 20.
You can't get
Thank
into
you.
this rated R.
I always talk about it when I was growing up, and I'd answer the phone. Hello, the little girl. Can you speak? I'm a boy. I always say that because it's true. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
bad.
yeah, and it's rough with the kids
Leo
on campus
Donna.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
I bet.
And I had a feeling going into it anyway. So I try to dress professionally so I can seem a little older, and it just does not work.
No, you just look like a little kid whose parents dressed her.
Yeah, and I'll walk down the
Yeah.
hall, and there'll be a kiddo that doesn't know where to go, and I try to walk them, and I'll make conversation.
They're like, "What's up, miss? What's
and
up?"
And they don't even call me miss at that point. They're just trying to
Oh
find
yeah,
the
what's up,
classroom.
girl? What's up, girl?
And they're
Oh, I'm a teacher.
They're like, this girl is confident.
Yeah.
I was walking a kid to his class, and he was telling me that it was his second or third day there. After being virtual for so long.
Right.
And I walked into his class. He's like, "Oh, it's your third day." We were making small talk, and he's like, "Oh, is it like have you just gotten here too? And are you studying here too?" And I go, "No, I work here." And then
Let's get the heck out of him. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh."
What did I say? Did I say anything?
But yeah, I have had several occasions like that, so I'm trying to kind of get over it.
I had the opposite. I had a beard and started shaving too young, so people thought I was like a maintenance or something.
Oh,
Well, come
well,
on. In 5th grade is pretty bad.
yeah, like, that would be
Yeah,
bad.
5th grade was pretty bad. But no, yeah, oh, okay. Wow.
But I'm getting there. More students now recognize me on campus and just be like, "Hey, miss," and
Hey, just
across
count
the
your
hall.
blessings. It's wonderful to look young.
I hope the
Except for when you turn 30 and the women are going to be like, forget her.
like she's 30 and doesn't look it.
Maria looks young.
Maria does look young.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have kids?
I don't. No, I don't have any children just yet. My mom,
She's
a little
waiting.
sad about it. She's waiting on it.
She's like, come on.
Yeah, she's like, when?
Yeah.
When am I gonna be a grandma? But she's like, oh wait, I respect your decision
Oh, good.
to keep going to school and then doing what and then going along in life.
So they were very encouraging when you were in college?
They were. They really, really were. My dad and my mom are very old school.
Oh, okay.
Growing up in Mexico and me being the only girl. So my dad, that was one of his biggest things was education.
Right.
So he's always said this, and I will always remember. He'll say like, you need to get your education, get your degree. That way, if in the future you get married and it doesn't
Right.
work out,
You have
you
something.
have something to fall back on. You don't have to stay in a situation that you're not comfortable in, or because you can't be on your own financially.
Right. Yeah, that's
So-
what I told my girls, and just to back not that I'm trying to sabotage their relationship, that loser. But you never know what happened. My dad died when I was 2, and he was supporting my mom, and I saw the impact it had on her.
Yeah.
Because she was just home with us,
Right.
and yes, so it's good advice.
Yeah,
Good
and
advice.
I will always remember that. And
Yeah.
he's always said too, like education is one of those things that no one can ever take from you.
Wow.
They can take everything from you, but they can't take that.
Right.
And so that's
Yes.
what I try to think about and try to tell the kids on campus, like education is important. It may not be for everyone, but if that's
So
the
what
route you want to go.
was
to.
his education?
He ended up dropping out his sophomore year of high school because he's one of 9.
Yes.
And he's one of the older ones in the family, and his mother passed away. So it was just his dad, and then he had to. He learned to cook, clean, all of that, and work at a very young age. And my mom has never liked school, so she stopped right after middle school.
Yeah.
So she stopped right after middle school.
Wow.
And then now they have 2 kids who graduated from college. So
That's awesome.
nice, yeah. And so, and that's what I really like about like my background, because I can relate to the kids in a way, and I can
Right.
also let them know like, hey, even if your parents didn't or they can't
Right.
for whatever reason lead you down the right path,
Right.
like I'm someone on campus that can do that for you.
Exactly.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's it.
I think that it's important when you have people that understand it. I mean, you know, if you need help, it doesn't matter. You know, you need help, it doesn't matter where it comes from. But when